And we're back. Yo, the views and the opinions expressed on this podcast may not be those of the host or their guest. Viewer discretion is advised.
Jameson Beverly.
Welcome back to Renaissance for the Soul. It's I, Odin Young. Today we, of course, got Young Trav with us. Got a special guest. Would say my folks, but I say more family, and that's basically because from day one, without even knowing me, felt like he knew me. You know what I'm saying? The interaction was A1. But we got Doc Jones on the mic today, and pretty much tell us a little bit about you.
Hey man, I just see myself as a creative, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say creative, like, I know anybody check if you Doc Jones, you're gonna get some nice music out there, but then like you deal with the fashion. I know you and your wife got the brand together. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Neonami. So Neonami, the crazy thing about Neonami is it kind of just created itself. It's so weird how when me and Kaylin first got together, you know, she had her thing going on with makeup and I had my own thing going on with, you know, I was starting to get into the clothes and I had Honor Clothing. So when we linked up, it was like, we got to do something together because she actually had the knowledge of clothes and the actual talent of clothes. Like I was more so, you know, I wanted to be a businessman and, you know, sell, you know, my brand and my products. So I was pretty good at like, you know, building a brand. And I think just us coming together, that's what created Neonami. And we didn't even know that it meant new waves when we first came up with the name. But when we looked it up and actually did the research, you know, we're like, wow, it just made so much sense.
And that also got, from what I remember, also had to do with y'all kids, right?
Yeah, so
unborn kids, I guess.
Right. And honestly, you know, at that time, we were nowhere near even the idea of having kids. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing. Is like this was early into the relationship, but you know, just like how I met you and we felt like family. That was how me and Kaylin, when we met, it was almost like we had met before, and it was just so weird because it was just right when we met. It was like I met her in a past life or something.
And then the name itself, I remember y'all saying like it was kind of like a business y'all created for y'all kids. So it's already going to be established running. So when you do have them, they already got something set up for them. And I know you said she did makeup, you got the Honor Clothing. So that Neonami is like a dope collection that you
Thank you.
Been building.
Appreciate that.
I know you also do the rapping. You know, do you still rap?
I still make music, but I don't know if I see myself as a performer, at least not right now. Like getting on stage and performing, that's the main part that I haven't been so much involved with. But as far as making music, I'm in the studio all the time. Like,
is that right?
Yeah. So I'm not like, you know, putting music out or anything like that. But when I feel like I want to write, then I'll write.
So you're still on your craft then.
Yeah, but I'm really I guess you could say I help with like light production stuff. You know, Blake is really more on the production side, but like when TKO is in the studio, I'll be with TKO or X. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll get in there with X. It's been a while, but yeah, definitely still get in there. And who knows? You know, one day I might wake up and want to get back on the stage.
Or the EP, like I said, man, like, I know, like, a lot of people, you know, you support people because they your folks or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, like I said, the music that I heard from you, from the jump, you and Ro, really, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I would really listen to outside of knowing y'all. Like, if I would have saw y'all perform, and then, like, let me listen to their stuff online, I would be listening to it without, you know what I'm saying, without even knowing. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying, that's dope in itself. I think you should Next time you need to do a little EP or something.
I should, man.
You know
I agree with you too. I definitely agree with you. I need to, just having that level of self-expression is a release for me too. So, I know I'm sure I got a lot to say around this time. It's a lot going on in the world.
Or even just branding your own, because a lot of time, like, rappers is what makes, like, fashion push. Mm-hmm. So to rap about your own fashion, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but an extra little boost.
Exactly.
For you right there.
Yeah, because some people, the music is going to gravitate to them, and then for some people, it's going to be the clothes that, gravitate to them first, so.
Or be the music.
Right.
And you do a video with the clothes on, they like.
Exactly. It's bringing it all together. Yeah.
Where you from, man?
Flint, Michigan.
Okay. How long you been down here in this area?
About 10 years.
Okay.
I feel like it's been 9-10 years, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brought you down here?
Music, man. Before this, I was in Orlando, Florida. I went to Full Sail University for engineering, audio engineering. And, yeah, man, I kind of just was on the move after I left there. Came straight to Atlanta. I was couch hopping, trying to get my thing together. Stayed on my boy Jay Green couch for a while and, got it together.
Okay. That's what's up. Give me your top 5, like, I guess they could be influences or your top 5 artists, like, in music.
Like currently or just in general?
I say in general.
It's a lot, honestly. It's a lot of inspiration out there. But top 5, I would say Virgil definitely as far as, from a creative standpoint and his impact on what he did. Just opening the door for individuals like us, colored people in fashion. I feel like he just took it to the next level. Streetwear, culturally, he did a lot, and he gives back to the community. I respect that. Same thing with Nipsey. Like, I'm gonna say currently because it's our he's part of our generation of music. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, but he was one of those people too that definitely inspired the culture. You just had a sense of wanting to educate other people that brought so much value to what he did. Jay-Z, I definitely enjoy Jay-Z. Same thing with him, for real. Like, he done a lot for the culture. Who else? Now, I'll go outside of music. I'm going to give one of those inspirational, placements to someone that's in acting, like Denzel. Mm-hmm. I really respect what he does. And for him to have been in the game so long, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't even go outside of fashion and music, but, he's definitely one of those people I feel like we don't give our flowers to as much, like just culturally in general. Like,
that's real.
Bringing it back to music, I say, I'll just let that last one be Outkast because, you know what I'm saying, both Big Boy and Andre 3000, just inspired me musically.
They're my top 5 too.
Yeah, that's probably what really brought me to Atlanta from Flint, Michigan, because I remember coming home, watching 106 in Park and, seeing Outkast after school and just like, dreaming about, being in Atlanta. Because I've been to Atlanta as a child, but it was a short experience. It was just a couple of days, but I think that's one of the main things that also drew me to Atlanta was the music.
That's real.
That's dope because both of y'all got that same kind of story or that hunger, whatever y'all saw in Atlanta, where y'all didn't even necessarily need a place to stay per se. You know what I'm saying? Or like a guaranteed, like, all right, I got this job, you know what I'm saying? I got, an apartment or a room or something. Yeah. Like, man, I'm on the couch. Yeah. Same thing with him. He did kind of like an Airbnb and the car. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was in
the car.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because, I asked you this, like, because of course like your family or friends, they'd be like, "Oh, you crazy for doing it like that? Like, why don't you wait?" And but when you got that, like he was saying that urge, like, you know what I'm saying? You just got to do what you got to do, and it's not gonna make sense to other people. So I would say, what would be your advice to someone that is like, say they want to go after a goal or a dream, but they getting that kind of friction from their family or friends or whoever?
Yeah. Wait, not to cut you off, but where are you from?
I'm from VA.
VA. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. To answer your question though, like you said, if you had that urge or that drive, or something in you that you're not in the right place to really express yourself and get it out there. I mean, I don't think what I did was the smartest thing to do. Like just jumping ship and leaving with nowhere to go and, staying out of the car and things like that. I would say there are better ways to do it. But if you feel like your back is against the wall and that's plan A, like that's the only option, you feel me? Because I feel like, I don't know about you, but that's where I feel like I was at.
Yeah. Because when I came out here, I had Airbnb. I had some money saved up, but I hit that point where I was like, if I keep doing this Airbnb, I'm gonna run out of bread. Right. So I was like, hop in the car. To other people too, it was crazy because nobody really knew. And then I remember my sister would always FaceTime me, right? So she would see me in the car and, lo and behold, she knew I was living like that, but she didn't say nothing for a while. And then later on, when I told her, she was like, I already knew. Right. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy because that shit happened to me too.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So in the winter, you doing it during the winter?
Man, I feel like it was during the winter, man. Like I know it was cold enough for me to need a blanket. In the car. Yeah, like it was pretty cold.
Yeah, but to speak to that too, because that you got that like it's something different. You can't explain it. Other people like you crazy for doing that, but I'm like, man, nothing in my life has been sane. So, you know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't I move like that? Because it's like you said, if I got to go get it, like my back against the wall, like that's how I feel, then I'm going to go do that.
Yeah.
So most of who you would say like would be your inspiration. They lightweight. If you don't have a testimony going with what you did, you really didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So for y'all to say, where you came from to where you is now, it wasn't like somebody was like, hey, come on out here to Atlanta, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all was more or less along the lines of, okay, I'm going to go get it by any means. And now you could look back and say, that might not have been the smartest decision.
Right.
But you didn't go back home either, though.
Yeah,
sure didn't.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you got the whole brand, you know what I'm saying? You out here grinding. You done did like some nice networking, got the music aspect, doing pop-ups, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that too.
With all that you did, because Renaissance for the Soul, we push a love culture. And we know that, the youth is the future. Do you see yourself or do you do any type of like mentoring for the kids, or is there any type of programs you want to set up? I know you which is A1 anyway, you already setting up for your own kids before they even hear, but that's around you. Like, are there any family or youth that's like in Flint, or that you done met here, or you took them under your wing, like, you remind me of myself a little bit, let me go ahead and give you this knowledge, this wisdom. Is that something that's ever like in your mindset?
For sure, definitely. Like, I mean, I would say there are a few people that I'm doing that with. Like, I've been doing that with. Because when I learn something, I just naturally teach. If somebody, brings it to me, or I'm talking to them and they let me know, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, and they're open to getting any type of information, like, I'm an open book. If I know something. But as far as like teaching, like, actually like being very intentional and creating a platform to educate other people. I would love to do something, even with like YouTube or TikTok, like just regular content. That's something that I do want to start including into it to bring more value. So people that are interested in learning how to print or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I can give that information out. But shout out to one of my boys, Zavani. Like, I remember I was working at Giorgio's and he was working at Foot Action at the time, I believe. And he had come over there to the store and asked me questions like, how do I get my LLC started? Small things like that. And I just, just give him the info. I remember one time I helped him set up his LLC right there, like in the store while I'm working, And, he's been doing pretty good. He was selling his stuff out of Giorgio's for a little while. I'm not sure if he has anything up there now, but yeah, I'm proud of the stuff that, he's doing. I say like people like that are more so, it's like a personal relationship.
Yeah.
Those are more so the people that I've actually like educated. But I do want to do something for, the youth going forward and being able to educate people that are interested in, whether it's starting to pop up their own show or, starting a clothing line, things like that.
Yeah. You're a writer, man. Put it in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But even with that, I will say, me, myself, personally, that's what I'm saying, it's like a fam aspect, was that I was kind of like introduced to you like, oh, my boy Doc, if you need something made, Doc will do it for you. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really tripping too tough. He'll help you out. And it was just like that. Like, what's up, dog? So told me to call you. Like, what's up? Came to the house, you know what I'm saying? Most people don't get down like that, but you came to the house, did what I asked you to do, but then on top of that, like, I was like, damn, it's like that. I'm gonna buy the same thing you got, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to buy it, and then you came to the house, showed me how to use it, you know what I mean? So although that was like part of your hustle, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, I can't show you all that. You just get it through me. You just give me the information, like, oh, this is what I got. You can go buy the vinyl here. This the best hoodies to go with. This is how you do it. You know what I'm saying? If I needed something, I could text you a call and you was, you gotta, set the setting to this and, type of thing. So what you saying, although I might be interviewing you, some people like, he full of shit, but I can say for myself personally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he ain't lying. Like, you did that for me off the jump. You know what I mean? Which is kind of dope. You should, like you said, you should set that up, you know what I'm saying? That's just another part of you being basically a Renaissance man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Part of the culture, you know what I'm saying? Pushing the culture forward, and that's pretty much what everybody's doing. You got the book, you got the YouTube videos, the music. Like I said, you got it all. You really ain't got to go out nowhere to do it. It's right here for you.
Yeah.
Plus your network is large. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, sometimes it feels like it's still the beginning. Like, and then I have to remind myself, like, I've done something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forget who that was that said recently, like, I think it was Tyrese. He said something about it's a difference between being humble and having humility. Or something. It was something like that. And I find myself in that place a lot.
Like Nipsey said the same thing though, kind of on the side, like not the humble humility, but as far as you say, you feel like it's just the beginning. But he said the difference between him and everybody else is that he just never gave up.
That's real.
And then that's that whole marathon. Like you run in the race, and if you're not running the race, you practicing to prepare yourself for the race.
Right.
So that marathon continue. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with that being part of your top 5 of what he brought to the culture, you know what I mean? He's standing behind that 100%.
Real talk. It's a long way to go, man. A long way to go. And I'm just learning along the journey and just sharing the information, you know?
On them days where like, because we've had a lot of people that went through depression. You ever been through depression?
Oh, yeah.
So that seems to be something that, I don't know, it's a generation thing. Like I know my generation, that's not, either it wasn't because it wasn't talked about,
I think that had a lot to do with it, too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it seemed like the generation under mine, seemed like everybody's been through that stage of depression.
Mm-hmm.
What type of things, when you catch yourself depressed or a depression period, what kind of things help you get out of that?
So it depends on, for me, the type of whatever is going on and creating that energy within me. You know what I'm saying? Because it all really is. It's all about you. Internally. It don't matter what's going on externally. I mean, it affects you as your environment, but you know, it stems within something with us. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like, depending on what it is, I might have a different release. Like, it might be music, it might be fashion, it might be something like that. And then, you know, other times it's other things. Like, I think one thing with this generation that we're going through, like, what would you say is your generation like? Because just like you talking like, what generation is that?
I'm trying to think, man.
I ain't trying to put your age out.
I'm 75.
Okay. But that's the thing. You look so young, bro. Like, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
You a 90s baby?
Yeah, I'm a 90s baby.
Well, yeah.
91.
Okay, all right, cool. 95, all right.
Yeah, so.
I graduated high school, y'all.
Damn, for real? You graduated high school in 91?
93.
93. Okay, so, or the question, right? How much was rent when you got out of college or when you got out of high school, like when you started doing your thing, living on your own? How much was rent for like a 1-bedroom apartment?
I lived in California, so it was
so it was already
it's already. But what I will say though, so me and like 3 of my folks moved out, and we had an apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, 1 bath, kitchen, whatever. We paid, I think, $300. It's about $900 for a 3-bedroom.
That's not bad though.
Damn.
$900 for a 3-bedroom is good in California. Yeah. But see, this is one thing I do think is affecting our generation a lot, because the wages that was around that time still stuck as the prices of living continue to go up. Yeah. And now we like, what the fuck do we do here? Yeah. You know, I think that's a lot of the people's situation going on right now. And even people, the crazy thing is that even people that are making really good money, our age specifically, they're getting it and spending it. So it's like they're still in the same, you know, and I feel like that could create a lot of depression as well. Like living everyday life of like working a 9 to 5 and then, I'm saying working your ass off and then just to pay your bills. Yeah. It's like that shit can turn into depression. So something like that is different for me than it would be back then. You know, or a different situation that might make me depressed. Like, I don't know. You know,
I think that's a mindset thing too, because
it's definitely a mindset thing.
In California, you know, right now you can be making $120,000 a year, and that's still poverty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you making $120,000, and then so
New York.
Yeah. So for me, even in current coming from California to here, like you can do odd and end things and still make it. You doing odd and end things in California, you in Tent City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. It's a wrap.
Though you could literally have a job and be Tent City. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so high out there. They say though that if you stay busy, you can't be depressed because you're doing.
That's real too.
You doing too much. So is it? Do you feel like, at least, you know? And I'm Generation X.
Okay, cool.
65 to 80.
Yeah.
But do you feel that the depression is also caused by doing so much to succeed and not getting that gratification cause depression?
I feel like it can, especially if you're looking at it from a standpoint of, you know, I want to survive off of what I love and it's not working out. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it from that standpoint, I can see how that could get depressing.
Yeah.
You know, but if you doing it because that's what you love and it's the journey and you enjoying the journey, I feel like it turns into that fuel you was talking about, that when you keeping busy and you staying active, you're doing what you love. You know, if you're not really looking for, I mean, we all usually looking for some type of gratification, but, you know, I feel like if you're looking at it from that standpoint, where it's like
you ain't working for somebody else, you working for yourself.
Yeah, but even if you working for somebody else and you doing it as something you love,
Okay. Because that's now that I think about
you know,
that was something that you also a gem that you gave too. Was like sometimes you would take a job where you wasn't making what you felt you deserved, but you worked that job to understand what you had to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
That was with you did that with the screen printing, you did that with the direct garment, all that type of stuff, right? Like you worked the job so that you could understand and be trained how to do it correctly, so that when you did it yourself, you knew you were doing it right.
Yeah. And this was my first year full time just printing.
Okay.
Right. So even now to this day, I'm like, how can I make more money? And usually that comes with just learning new skill sets. You know what I'm saying?
In the time we're now where everything's AI, have you incorporated AI?
That's crazy that you asked me that, because like right now I'm just looking into, because I have a history in technology of like working for tech companies. Like I was working for Yelp for a minute. It was I wouldn't say it's a terrible job, but but it sells. Like you know what I'm saying. Anytime you do it, it was tech sales. But yeah, like. You know, I'm looking into some different types of like skill sets that I can get into that are in the tech field of like AI and things like that.
No, because I honestly believe, you know, because they say a lot of the things that we just now grasping, somebody's had, well, not somebody, I guess say the elite had that 10 years ago. So now that I be dibbling and dabbling in AI, I think a lot of people that we think are gurus, was just using AI. Because when you really get the breakdown of how the prompt works, then you like looking at like these cats, you know what I'm saying? Right. They full, because when you meet them, when you see them, it seems like all an acting job anyway. You know what I mean? So to go to say like, I think incorporating AI will help us all out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the long run.
You use AI? Like, do you like AI?
I do. I haven't really sat down to really fully understand it, but when we first created the show, we was fooling with it a little bit.
Oh yeah?
You know what I'm saying? And
which one though? Because I know it's like
the ChatGPT.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we were messing with that a little bit just to like kind of get concepts and things like that, and it literally would break down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna sit there and memorize all that or practice it, but it did give us like a perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that we probably wouldn't have thought of without having access to it.
Like I helped my my homegirl. Now I was gonna tell you, because that ChatGPT, I helped my my homegirl write a whole script. Like it gave you a whole script and everything, and I know some people use it too for like when they want to create a business plan.
Yeah, so I've used it for business plans.
You know what I'm saying? Like so
it's pretty cool.
I feel like it has its benefits.
Not just that, books. Like literally, like, because the thing is, they say the more familiar you are with the prompts, the more you're gonna get back from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's a whole skill set in itself. Is learning how to prompt.
Yeah.
Like even with the like the digital art.
Yeah, that's true.
AI stuff.
Because what, this Midjourney?
Yeah, Midjourney.
I use that a little bit, but even just messing around with it, like even how you spell a word, like it'll give different things. So it's very interesting for sure. I wanted to ask you too though, what made you initially get into like, I guess, like were you always a creative, like growing up, always in arts and stuff, or was it like a catalyst or something that made you like, oh, I want to do music, I want to get into fashion?
Like every school I went to was always like art, you know, cultural arts type vibe. In the community that I grew up in was like the area where the museums were and things like that. So we had the what they call it, the one with the dome.
Not a cathedral.
No, it's like a dome, but you can go in and see the stars and the constellations inside. I forget what they call it.
A planetarium.
A planetarium. Yeah, it was right next to the planetarium, and then we had the museum. So it's like we would go on field trips a lot to those areas and things like that. And then in high school, it was definitely an arts and music based high school, Flint Central High School. Paintings all up and down the halls and things like that. So, yeah, I definitely went to a lot of art schools. And then even Full Sail was the entertainment art school where I got my bachelor's in science.
Right.
So, yeah, art school definitely all throughout my life.
That's dope.
Were you a creative that blended in with the trend, or were you a creative that kind of like created your own trend and based off of your status, people kind of follow that trend? Or were you a creative that just did different stuff and they just knew you as different? Because you have like those type of people who consider themselves to be like, I'm a creative, but they literally just copying what everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying? But then you got creatives who they, like you say, Kanye in a way, like he do stuff that turned around, ended up being a trend. You know
like he could see the future almost. He was living like past his time.
Or like I said, they be the cast that like they kind of off, they're creative, but then in their own rights, it still kind of fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where would you put yourself in those three aspects of your creative?
I'd say like for the most part, growing up, I was just doing like band and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was good at art class. I was good at band. I became drum major in the marching band, stuff like that. So like during that time, I don't think I was doing anything out of the ordinary. Yeah, I mean, I just was doing art. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I was taught in school. You know, I mean, of course, I used to rap and things like that, like freestyle with the homies. You know, smoking in the car, shit like that. But like for the most part, I was just, you know, doing what I was doing in school. I didn't really start stepping outside of that until I got out of school.
Okay.
And then, you know, I started looking at things like, you know, business and things like that because I'm like, how can I make money off of doing things that I love? You know, I wanted to get closer to that. So even just working in retail, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the schedule of retail, but it was me getting closer to something that I enjoy, which was clothes, you know? So, and then ultimately that helped open the door to
what you doing?
Things starting to blossom, you know, and, you know, the seeds I planted turning into fruit, you know?
I think that's important too, because what you're talking about, like even going back to the thing with depression, I think a lot of people are depressed because they work in jobs that they hate and their job is not leading them into what they actually want to get into either.
Yeah.
So it's like, even with you, like at least you were in fields like, oh, I can learn something from this. So it's like, it's still an opportunity there. But I think a lot of people are in things that is not going to help them with their other career aspirations and they hate where they at, you know?
Definitely. And they make it hard for us to live like that though. Because those jobs don't pay. You know? So it's like that's still like a lot of those jobs end up being side hustles and things like that.
That's right.
You know, at one point you could work at McDonald's and take care of your family. But I don't even know if I fully answered your question that you asked.
You did.
Oh, okay. Like I wouldn't necessarily put myself on the side where, you know, I'm just following the trend. And I wouldn't put myself on the side where I'm this crazy trendsetter, you know, genius, like, you know, I have high confidence in my creative ideas. I like them. That's why I make them. Like, but something like this will be considered one of those pieces where I didn't do nothing to. I just bought a blank and, You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's a little bit more than a blank because just in the vest alone,
it's a good quality blank.
Yeah.
I'll give it. Oh no, the vest was a little more different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you put your own.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Some of those pieces will be more of the creative, different things, and then some of those things will be, I know this is what's in trend and I like it, so I'm gonna make something because I would wear this. Like I wear this every day, even though I didn't put much thought into it. Me and Kaylin didn't have no crazy thoughts. We just knew we wanted a sweatsuit to fit like this.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was telling him too. Like once we get everything what we wanted, just like I'm only wearing my joints. I might sprinkle in somebody else's stuff every now and then, but to have your own, you know what I'm saying, is really where it's at.
Yeah.
When you moved to Atlanta, you literally had a belief or a love for something that you wanted to do that a lot of people didn't agree with. So I would say, I can't say a lot of people didn't agree, but they probably didn't understand what you was doing at the time. You didn't even understand. But what's a belief that you have right now, or something that you love that people that you associate with, you kind of see them looking at you different, but you're gonna continue doing it?
That's a good question. I don't think I can answer it. Because real talk, I don't really pay attention
to what people talk about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If it's something that somebody doesn't like what I do, or if they question what I do, even if somebody said it to my face a lot, like, because, people will do things like that, especially people around you, you know what I'm saying?
They try to knock your hustle off.
Yeah, they might not even be doing it, like, on purpose, but it's doing it. It's something coming out of them that's, not right, or you can just feel like, whatever it is. And even when that happens, like, I'm so like, that's none of my business. Your opinion is none of my business, basically. It doesn't
affect.
Yeah, like, and it took me a long time to get to that point, though. But that was when I got there. That was when I started doing more things that didn't always make sense.
And I mean, I guess that's a testament to your confidence level too, though, because it's like you get to that point.
But I failed from doing that too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, you taking a risk when your parents are telling you go to school and do this and do this and do this. You know what I'm saying? They're telling you that because they have your best interest. But that's not always the right thing for you.
Right.
But even with that being not the right thing for you on your journey to figure out what is the right thing for you, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Like,
and it kind of goes back. I was telling them earlier, Kendrick got a line. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he was essentially saying, like, whether he failed or he succeed, he wanted to be on him. Mm. He don't want to put it on nobody else.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And even too, like, I think we said a couple weeks ago that, or I may have said it, that I always be big on, I can't really fail unless I just give up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, as long as I keep going, like, even if, like, it's incremental progress, like, as long as I keep going, like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Cause
that go back to what you were saying, too, about the depression.
Yeah.
That's one of the things right there. That's one of the keys, that I had to think at some times where, like, as long as I keep going, then I haven't failed. Right. I only fail if I quit.
Yeah. Yes, he said it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only difference between him.
Just kept going.
What's something that, so we kind of went over like your top 5, or like as far as like, rappers or even fashion and things like that. But what's a song that resonates with you that whenever you listen to it, it puts you in a good mood?
Recently, I've been so experimental with like the music I've been listening to and my choices of genres and things like that. Trying to think of a song right now that I'll just have on repeat. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't really have that right now.
You don't have that right now?
But the last album that I was listening to was Larry June's recent album. That was one that I listened to a lot.
Okay.
Wait, you talking about with the album?
Spaceships on the Blade.
Okay, or I haven't heard it.
Wait, was that the last? I think that was the last one. He had a single on there with Big Sean. Like, I would just play that whole album and just ride out to that shit. Yeah, that was a vibe. But that was the last song that I would do that, and it would take me to that place.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you feel like gives you a sense of purpose in life?
I know it's crazy to say, but it's like a thing about having like responsibilities and people that need you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like just knowing like how you were saying, like how the ayahuasca could take that away from you. Mm-hmm. Like, cause it take you to that place where nothing is that deep. You know, like, but having kids or I have a puppy. But you know, and my lady, you know, of course, but I was like, I have a puppy I got to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Just small things like that for me is like, that's the kind of stuff that really just keep me going, man. You know, I know it's not about me. You know what I'm saying? So now when it comes to art and, you know, continuing to be a creative, for me, that comes down to, you know, my need to want to learn more and grow more in arts. You know what I'm saying? Like learning how to cut and sew is one of the next things I really want to get into with, you know, my fashion and design and everything like that. I want to get more hands-on with things. So just my drive to want to do that, that's also what keeps me going. You know, how can we make Pop Atlanta a bigger, better experience for more people to come and enjoy it and network and, you know, meet new people that could possibly help them expand to the next level or, you know, do the next big thing in their career, you know, whatever that is.
Yeah. So what's Pop Atlanta?
I was about to say it.
Pop Atlanta is a cultural event that brings, you know, local designers, artists, musicians together, models, you know, bringing everything together and making a big melting pot where people can come network, support local Black businesses, you know, and just create that environment where you can, you know, thrive as a community and meet new people. That's really what Pop Atlanta is.
What made you even create that?
It all started with Kaylin. Like, you know, she had an idea of having a fashion show. She always wanted to do a fashion show. And we wanted to bring more value than just fashion to the table. And she wanted to do a pop-up fashion show. So she brought it to the guys, because she brought it up to me at first. And I was like, I'm not trying to do all that work. But that sounds like a lot of work, and I'm not trying to sign up for that. But we were at my homie Blake house. It was me, Kaylin, Blake, Kamal, and we sat at the table. And Kaylin brought the idea to the table, and the guys, they loved the idea. Yeah. And we were trying to come up with a name, and I was like, Pop Atlanta. And they were like, yo, that's dope. And we just ran with it. So that's how that happened.
That's what's up. That's dope.
And you guys are how many shows have y'all had or pop-ups have you had as far as Pop Atlanta goes?
If you include some of the Best Damn Art Show, I think we helped with, the Pop Atlanta team helped with 2 of the Best Damn Art Show events that we had. So altogether, it's been 5 events.
So Best Damn Art Show and Pop Atlanta kind of like hand in hand?
We're like partners, but they're 2 separate things. Yeah.
What's some, some tips you would give to somebody that wants to start doing their own events and whatnot?
You just got to put yourself out there and do it. You know, it's not going to start out every time it's not going to be, you know, the outcome that you're expecting. But the main thing is that you just do your best, put yourself out there, and create the best experience you can for people. You know, have a reason for it too. You know, like that's one of the things that's going to help bring things together is having a purpose for it. Like, why are you doing this? It has to be more than just, oh, I want to do this. It has to be more than that, you know. And when you can bring value to people, I feel like that's the best way to go. You know? So you're just not the only one coming out of it, you know, making some type of money or getting the opportunity. You're creating, you know, something for more people to, you know, benefit from it.
That's right.
Yeah.
As far as your brand goes, do you feel like do you have like set goals that you're looking for? So with your brand, have you exceeded your goals? Are you kind of like still trying to get to them? Like how do you, so from the, I guess the inception of Neonami, which you and Kaylin, goal-wise, where are you at with that?
Yeah, we still in the early stages, honestly, with, you know, meeting goals. Creatively, I feel like we've went into a direction where we're like higher on the goal list, like, you know, getting more hands-on with fabrics and, you know, creating tech packs and samples with our bare hands. That's where we're at now. Yeah. So as far as creatively, I feel like we've gotten to a pretty high level goal that we wanted to meet. As far as like the business standpoint of it, I feel like we're still like really early in the beginning because we recently just started implementing the sample method where you use the sample to get the orders rather than buying in bulk. Yeah. And buying in bulk, you know, it works. You can get some of that stuff out there and you can have stuff on hand, but it's not the most effective at all. You know, the most effective way to do it is to not have to come 100% out of pocket. Yeah. Like, so we're just now implementing this method. We've been doing this for a long time, but that was one of the goals that we wanted to meet. And, you know, seeing people support and, you know, subscribe to the newsletter and to the SMS, you know, seeing people support and do that, it really means a lot for us because, you know, we never done it before. And then to see like, oh, snap, people actually are supporting, like, that's pretty cool to see.
What's a characteristic of yourself? Because we're gonna wrap it up a little bit. There's actually a lot of questions I have, but like I said, we was talking to Kaylin earlier. We're gonna bring y'all back together. You know what I'm saying? But what's a characteristic of yourself personally that you want to pass down to your kids?
A characteristic, I'll say, you know, always having that drive within you that is gonna get you to go stay out of your car in a whole nother city.
You want to pass that down to them?
I want them to have that in them because I feel like that's a part of what keeps you going too. It's like wanting more outside of what you've being shown, you know, and knowing that it's okay to go for that and having the courage to go for that. You know, that's definitely something.
That's when I hear y'all say that, because I really don't understand depression. Like, I might have been, it's kind of like, to me, like ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no such thing as ADHD. Although people might have had it, you know what I'm saying? But same thing, depression. Like, I've never saw myself in a state of, like, I'm so depressed, I can't. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense to me. But what I was going to say, though, kind of like I guess like an oxymoron in a way, is that you guys have an urge in yourself to, like, no matter the circumstance, I'm gonna go do this, no matter what the end result's gonna be. That urge that you was talking about. But then if it doesn't turn out to be where you think it should be, then it's kind of like a state of depression. but you kind of knew you was gonna get there.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, we've always have life is ups and downs.
Yeah.
Peaks and valleys.
So we didn't recognize those downs sometimes as depression. It's not always depression, but it was a down. But sometimes we have those downs. And that's just life. I mean, it's just a part of life. And just being able to recognize like, oh, I feel this way and this is why I feel this way. And it's okay that I feel this way. Right. Now it's time for me to move forward. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we call it depression and that's what we titled it as, but it's just something we naturally, it's just something we naturally do as humans, you know?
Because I would say, if I would say that state of depression, if I did have it, that's normally when I get my best ideas or find my best way to get to where I'm going to go. Because a lot of times, you so nonchalant with something, but then when you hit that state of rock bottom, you're like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. Right, you got to get it. Yeah.
And even on, even when we talked earlier about like the ayahuasca and like ego death, like the depression really can be an initiation because it's like a literal spiritual initiation because you have to like almost let go of who you are at that moment and shift into something else. You know what I'm saying? Even what you're talking about, like having a state of stillness where it's like, all right, this shit ain't been working.
Right, I gotta change.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me sit with myself.
Different.
I gotta be open. You know what I'm saying? I think Jim Carrey said that depression is like your soul is tired of playing the character it's been playing. It's tired of that role. It wants to switch. You know, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but
I can see how, like, what he was saying now. Yeah.
So, but like you said too, it's those peaks and valleys and I think the more you go through that type of stuff, you kind of get that wisdom like, okay, I may be low right now, but I know I'm going to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So that's real.
Definitely.
We're gonna have Trav hit you with a couple of quick hitter questions.
All right, so you just going to either say, the first thing that come to mind or, but not too much thought, just real quick, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple for you.
All right.
Fresher than I've ever been.
Damn. I don't know. I just thought of Kanye when you said that.
You said Kanye? Okay. Baggy jeans or joggers?
Baggy.
Jordan or Nike?
Nike.
Art is?
What? Oh, you said art is. Oh, Pop Leonard.
Okay, all right. Renaissance for the soul.
Lee.
That was it.
I definitely would have chose Jordan over Nike. But Nike is Jordan, so I'll go with Nike.
It's kind of different.
We wouldn't have it, though, without Nike. We would have had some shit that Adidas probably came up with.
Nah, cause
you ain't seen what is it? It was like the movie. You seen that?
What?
The Nike movie.
Nah.
Oh, it's pretty good, man. Check it out. It's pretty good. The only reason why I
say that is that's almost like saying like Chuck Taylor or Converse, because Chuck Taylor's is a whole get down of his own, but it's still Converse.
It is.
So,
yeah. It is.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at Jordan. That's why they got like Team Jordan. Like, it ain't even the same. Because you can say Nike, Team Jordan, and then there's Jordan. That's like a whole different get down.
Man, shoot, even them, I ain't gonna front them Air Jeters. They used to be hard. You remember
the Air Jeters?
Yeah, like, them shit used to be tough. Them Air Jeters, man.
They was cool.
Shoot.
It was a thing for them.
Yeah. You get the right colorway, shit.
But before we end it though, what kind of things you want to promote, or where can people find you, or some last word for yourself?
Yeah, you can follow me at Illest Free, ILLESTFREE. You can follow me at Poplanta Pop-Up. That's the team. And you can also follow me at Neonami ATL. That's NEONAMI ATL. And
all platforms.
Yeah, majority of platforms, mostly Instagram, TikTok. And then if you need some printed too, I also have a printing page, which is Studios by Neonami. I'm sure they'll probably drop the... Yeah.
For you, hear his music, because I said he is nice. It's older music, but it's still nice on the dot.
Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. You can follow me on Apple Music or really any of the music platforms. That's when you can find my last project, Visions, and it'll be some more stuff popping up soon for sure.
Well, shoot, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. Continually pushing this love culture. Like we always say, you can use me, but don't misuse me, and we're gonna let Trav end it for us.
Peace, y'all. Y'all be safe.
Love y'all.